Good afternoon, Delaware County, and welcome to the Delco League Game of the Week. I am Brennan Ricciardi. We are here at Devon Prep for a battle between second place Wayne and third place Aston Valley. We got a good one on hand today. Wayne looking to inch closer to earning a first round bye in the Delco League playoffs, which will start the next week or two here. In Aston Valley, they've been surging lately. They've been trying to get into that number 3 seed. The top 6 out of 8 teams make the playoffs here in the Delco League. They're currently sitting tied with Ridley for that third spot in the playoffs right now. Get you the starting lineups here first for the visiting Aston Valley Knights. Leading off in center field will be Icon Jones. Batting second, playing shortstop, Kenyon Motley. Troy Neff will bat third. He will play right field. Batting fourth in left field is Vinny Proetto. Jake Mole, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Batting sixth. I was given a roster that had them both at shortstop, so let me double check that here. Jackson Roche will be at third base. Jackson Roche batting sixth, playing third base. Batting seventh, the designated hitter will be Brendan Sora. Batting eighth, the catcher, Brett Vitsorik. And Dylan Everly, the first baseman, will bat ninth. On the mound for the Knights will be Ray Carrier, pitcher for Newman University. Switching over to the Wayne starting lineup, batting first, the shortstop, Cole Lombardo. Elliot Dix, the left fielder, bats second. Batting third, the second baseman, Danny Braslow. Chris Schaller, the center fielder, bats fourth. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Stephen Wells. Bennett Cox, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Batting seventh at third base, Drew Van Horn. Batting eighth in right field, Jake McDonough. And behind the plate, batting ninth for Wayne, will be the catcher, Matt Kane. On the mound for Wayne, not in the lineup today, will be Luke Zimmerman. As mentioned, both of these teams have been playing good lately, but Aston Valley has won their last 3 in a row here as they've been trying to shake past a little bit of a slow start to get back in the Delco League playoff race in terms of trying to get that 3 seed. Right now, Wayne currently trails Upper Darby. Upper Darby in first place. They are 16-3, looking to win their third championship and fourth in the last. I guess that'll be fourth in the last 5 years. They won in 2021. They won in 2024, 2025, looking to complete the first three-peat in franchise history. They currently sit at 16-3. Wayne currently sits at 12-5-1 in second place. In third place is a tie right now between Ridley and Aston Valley. They are both 10-7-1. And in fifth place, Chester at 8-10-1. Drexel Hill at 6-12 is currently the last seed of the playoffs right now. Narberth at 5-13-1, just 2 points back of Drexel Hill for that last spot. And the Springfield Pirates, a new franchise this year, currently at 2-12-1. Now, the league operates on a point system, so it's 3 points for a win and 1 point for a tie. So right now, Upper Darby has 48 points, Wayne 37, Ridley and Aston Valley 31, Chester 25, Drexel 18, Narberth 16, and Springfield 7. Should be just about ready to get things started today. We'll talk a little bit about the starting pitchers. We'll start off with Luke Zimmerman for Wayne. He's been a longtime member of this team going back to his days at Marple Newtown High School. He was the Delco Player of the Year in 2018 for Marple. Still the only Delaware County team to ever win a baseball state championship when his Marple Newtown Tigers won on a walk-off that he hit. So a pretty good high school career. On the mound so far this year, he's only thrown 4 1/3 innings so far. He's had just 6 strikeouts to 1 walk. He has a 0 ERA, so in those innings, he's allowed just 1 hit and 0 earned runs. And for a lot of these guys like Luke that are past their college days, they don't really play much outside of the Delco League. It takes him a little bit to ramp up, but we'll see some of Luke Zimmerman on the mound today, what to expect. He's been a big playoff performer. He threw a complete game shutout last year in the playoffs to keep their season alive as Upper Darby led that series 2-0. Go around the diamond left to right. Infield, Drew Van Horn at third. Cole Lombardo at short. Danny Braslow at second. Stephen Wells at first. Left to right in the outfield will be Elliot Dixon left. Chris Schaller in center. And Jake McDonough in right. Bit of an overcast night after a heat wave all week. We've got a cool one today. Wind blowing in for an already pretty deep Devon Prep field. 361 down the left field line, 380 to straightaway left, 391 to center. Shortens up in right field, 332 in right center, and a very tall 312 in right. There's a building, an indoor facility here at Devon Prep. Cuts off a little bit. You can only get so much of the camera in. There's a yellow line on that right field training facility that is only used for high school. In order to hit a home run out here in the Delco League, you have to hit one onto the rooftop, and you'll know if you got it because it's not coming back down. like we're just about ready to get started here as Icon Jones will lead things off. He's a Sun Valley alum. Played his college baseball at Cal U. He's hitting .333 this year. OPS a little under 900 at 883. Had a great career over at Sun Valley. He's been an excellent outfielder at Cal U. And we were ready to get things started. First pitch from Zimmerman, swing and a miss to get this game started. Jones will be followed by Kenyon Motley and Troy Neff. 0-1 coming at Motley. That one's going to be grounded over to second base. Danny Braslow bobbles it, and that'll be a leadoff error as Icon Jones reaches base. Kenyon Motley, the shortstop, steps in here. He's hitting .364 on the year. OPS of 899, so just right under 900. Good speed on the bases in Jones. First pitch, check swing, fouled back. Kenyon, one of the many Delaware residents on this team. Good changeup there from Zimmerman for a swing and a miss. If you don't know where an Aston Valley Knights player is from, just assume Delaware. Just assume they play for Wilmington University. They got plenty of those. Zimmerman's going to throw over. Nothing doing. Apologies that it cuts off a little there. The camera's actually, for once, too zoomed in. It's as far as we can go. A slider right down Broadway, strike three. Beautiful slider. Starts outside and catches the center of the plate. And that's Zimmerman's bread and butter. That slider has been keeping him on the mound for the last decade plus. Thankfully, I've never had to face it. That'll bring in Troy Neff, hitting .267 this year. First pitch to Neff. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Not too big of a lead over there for Icon Jones. One here to Troy Neff. That one's going to be popped out of play. That one's going to head to the street. It's going to be tough for Jones to be able to get that steal with the left-handed pitcher on the mound. We'll see how aggressive he is with just one out. One-two pitch from Zimmerman, a slider. That one just misses a bit inside. I thought for a second it might have clipped him. Jones will stay put. Pitch to Neff. Once again, fouled back. That one will just miss a UPS truck. Vinny Proetto waits on deck. Jones will take off. Pitches a high fastball. Kane fires. Nothing doing right there. Jones is able to stay on the base. Not much Kane could do after that jump. Full count here. Coming up for Troy Neff. He's a Chichester alum. Currently plays for King's College. I believe that's in the Scranton-ish area. Pitcher Neff, swing and a miss. He got him. Second strikeout already on the day here for Luke Zimmerman. Goes with the fastball, blows him away. Vinny Proetto, the batter, hitting .261 this year. Played his high school baseball at Sun Valley, now over at Misericordia with a couple members of Wayne. Drew Van Horn at third, Jake McDonough in right. First pitch from Zimmerman, a slider. That one catches the upper outside corner for a strike. Another slider in there for a strike. Zimmerman's got that thing working early. See if he triples down on the pitch. That one's way outside. Let us know in the chat if it's a little dark. I can try and make it a little brighter next inning. One-two pitch from Zimmerman. Fastball. Tries to blow him away. Misses that one a bit outside. 2-2 pitch coming here. Jake Mole waits on deck. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back. Spoiled by Proetto. Another slider. Shout out our guy Logan in the comments saying the stream looks good. As might have to adjust it as it gets a little darker, but it looks like we're all good for now. Got a new camera that we're debuting tonight. 2-2 pitch to Proetto. Once again, spoils that one. He is not an easy out. It's not quite as good at streaming at Sun Valley where they got the press box. But, you know, can't be too spoiled. 2-2 pitch once again. Icon Jones leads off second. He reached on an error to start the game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 3 strikeouts in the inning here for Luke Zimmerman. Icon Jones stranded at second. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Ray Carrier will take the mound for the Knights when we return. Well, Ray Carrier has only thrown 1 inning for Aston Valley so far this year, but what we can tell you is that he had a 2.21 ERA in 20 innings for Newman University, so a different Knights baseball team. Take that for what it's worth. Talking to Aston Valley manager Marcus Spear, a little short on guys today. I believe they officially have 10, maybe 11. Weren't exactly sure who's going to get the start. In fact, Brendan Sora, who is now the designated hitter, was in line to be the starting pitcher for this game until they found out Carrier was available. Get a starting lineup for Wayne here. Batting first, the shortstop Cole Lombardo. Elliot Dix, the left fielder, bats second. Danny Braslow, Chris Schaller, Stephen Wells, Bennett Cox, Drew Van Horn, Jake McDonough, and Matt Kane. First pitch to Cole Lombardo, way up and in. Lombardo just graduated from Garnet Valley High School. He'll be heading to St. Bonnie's. He's hitting .294 with a .708 OPS this summer. This is his second year full-time on Wayne. That one's going to be just a bit inside. Appeared a little bit after his sophomore year of high school back in 2024. Was more of a full-time player. Started at short for Wayne last year. Once again, back as a full-time member. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. Recently named the All-Delco Defensive Player of the Year at the high school level, and also first-team All-Delco for his accomplishments at Garnet Valley. That pitch, foul tip for strike 2. Carrier going right at him. Get you the defensive alignment for the Knights in a second here. As the 2-2 pitch to Lombardo is skied up in the air. Looks like Everly is going to make the call and make the catch for out number 1. Judging from personal experience, those pop-outs to first base are never easy. Defensively, left to right, Jackson Roche at third base, Kenyon Motley at short, Jake Mole at second, and Dylan Everly at first. In the outfield, Vinny Proeto on left, Icon Jones in center, Troy Neff in right, Brett Vitsorik behind the plate for Ray Carrier. That'll bring in Elliot Dix, who has been swinging it great for Wayne this year. 395 with a 12-10 OPS. That first pitch hits him right off the kneecap for the first Wayne base runner of the game. Didn't even get the chance to tell you too much about him. Elliot played his college baseball. I know he ended at North Carolina. I believe he started, I want to say, at Longwood in Virginia. That is correct. I just looked that one up. Well, either way, Danny Brazila will be your hitter here. Danny recently graduated from Shipley. He's a big hack at that first pitch. And he'll be heading to Quinnipiac to continue his baseball career. Pitch gets away. Elliot Dix will be able to head over to second base. Breslow, along with Elliot Dix, have both been swinging the bat exceptional so far this year. Takes that one a bit low. Breslow hitting .392 with a 1082 OPS. Big lead over there for Dix. Pitch to Breslow, takes that one upstairs. Hitters count here for Danny Breslow. Chris Schaller waits on deck, and Stephen Wells takes an awesome pitch. He fouls that one back. One of the best 3-4-5 combos in the league here with Breslow, Chris Schaller, and Stephen Wells. Pitch to Breslow. That one's inside, ball 4. Be first and second here with one out for Wayne. That'll bring in Chris Schaller. Currently 6 for 18 on the year. He hit a Titanic homer to dead center field at Ridley in Wayne's last game, which if you've ever been to Ridley High School, it's not exactly a short porch out there. Stephen Wells leading the league with 4 home runs, waits on deck. First pitch misses a bit low. Again, Schaller takes that one a bit low. Looked like a changeup. Carrier certainly moves quick on the mound. Schaller pops that one back. A little too close to comfort for my car, but we're safe. I parked very close to behind the plate here at Devon Prep, as I did not want this game to get called due to weather, and I have to carry all my crap back to the parking lot. Pitch to Schaller. That one smacked up the middle, right at Icon Jones in center. Get that camera back up and running for you. I think I might have just fell asleep for a second there. Like I said, new camera, new adjustments. Schaller hit that one on the screws. I guess it's an upgrade with the last Delco League YouTube streams didn't have video. First pitch to Wells misses a bit inside. Shout out Joe Greenwich, always did a great job with these streams. Can't say it overheated because it's a bit of a cool one tonight. Pitch to Wells, that one misses a bit low. Stephen Wells joined Wayne back in 2021, spent a couple years playing for Chester. Was the league MVP during the 2022 season. Another one in the dirt, hitting .333 with a 10-14 OPS. As mentioned, he has 4 home runs. Bennett Cox will wait on deck. .3-0 from Wells. He's swinging, almost hits that one into the Aston Valley dugout. 3-1 pitch. Still a hitter's count here for Stephen Wells. 3-1. He's going to take that one upstairs. Ball 4. Wayne has loaded the bases up here. No hits. 2 hit by pitches and a walk. Excuse me, a walk and 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Well, Bennett Cox had really been struggling. He was 3 for 28 going into their last game at Ridley, where he went 3 for 3. So for Wayne, you have to hope he's turning the corner. Very talented hitter, currently Division I player at Canisius. And the pitch in there for a called strike. Cox was a member of the 2024 Marple Newtown District Championship team. He's got Elliot Dix on third, Danny Braslow on second. Takes that one upstairs, and Stephen Wells on first. One to Cox. That one's going to be grounded over to shortstop Kenyon Motley. Handcuffed a bit, but fields it cleanly. Throws it over to Jake Mole. And Ray Carrier able to get out of the inning without any damage. Wayne loads the bases on 2 walks and hit by pitch, but strands all 3. We'll head to the second. We're still scoreless. Back here for the top of the second here for the Delco League game of the week. We'll get you some of the other games from around the area. It looked like one of the games was canceled for tonight. I believe there was a game between Springfield and Ridley. Either way, Drexel Hill and Upper Darby is the only other game that is going on tonight. That game is still scoreless in the top of the second inning. I mean, with all the rain that we had yesterday, of course, Devon Prep being a turf field surely helps things out. Other game canceled today was Springfield and Ridley. First pitch to Jake Mole in there for a called strike, former Pencrest and Gwinnett Mercy baseball player. Excuse me, this is Jackson Roche leading off this inning. No, this is Jake Mole. This is Jake Mole here hitting .286. Had my own scorebook confused. Pitch to Mole, that one a bit up and away. Gave Luke Zimmerman 4 strikeouts in the inning according to my book. But Jake Mole, Jackson Roche, and Brendan Sora. Pitch from Mole, foul back. Not too much of a crowd on here at Devon Prep. It's cool on the night. A lot of people probably weren't sure if it was going to rain or not. 1-2 pitch to Mole. That one's going to be grounded over to third base, backhanded. Oh, and Drew Van Horn knocks it down, unable to get it to first. I'm not sure what that one will go down as. I would call it a single. Mole has pretty good speed. I think he probably would have got there anyway. Jackson Roche, the batter here, hasn't played too much this summer, but he's hitting .545. He's going to fly that one right over to Danny Braslow, who will make the catch at second base for out number 1, a quick out number 1. Brendan Sora, the batter, he'll be your designated hitter. Just graduated from Conestoga. He'll be heading to Catholic, one of the many, many players from this area that play for Catholic University. Has really become a bit of a hotspot. It's located just outside of Washington, D.C., but the amount of players they have from the Delaware County or Central League, you could say, area was in the double digits. Slider in there for a called strike. Another slider perfectly painted on the outside corner. When Zimmerman has that thing going, it's tough to beat. Oh, 2 pitch. He tries to blow one by him. Fouled. Chopped over to third. So 0-2 here to Jackson Roche. Pitch to Roche. Changeup just missed a bit low. Roche has finished up his career at Ruston. He'll be heading to Goldie Beacom. Slider on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Brett Vitsorek, the batter here. He's your catcher today, hitting 208 on the season. First pitch in there for a strike. Looked like a bit of a two-seamer. Fastball misses a bit outside. Dylan Everly waits on deck, then back to the top of the order. Slider just hangs a bit outside. That one's going to be lined up the middle for a base hit. First pitch to Everly on the outside corner for a strike. Pitch to Everly pops that one up to third base. Looks like Drew Van Horn has that one sized up. For out number 3. Zimmerman gets into a bit of trouble, but he gets out of it without any damage done. We'll head to the bottom of the second. We are still scoreless. Back here for the bottom of the second, it'll be 7, 8, 9, Drew Van Horn, Jake McDonough, and Matt Cain coming to the plate here for Wayne. 3 guys that have been on this team for the last couple of years. Drew, a Garnet Valley grad. He now plays for Misericordia, was on their national championship team. Was their starting third baseman, was a freshman. He hits that one well. It's going to be foul down the right field line to get the second inning started. Ray Carrier back out for inning number 2. Off-speed pitch, Van Horn punches that one foul over his own dugout. Van Horton hitting .316 with a .929 OPS this year. He's been getting on base, .429. 3 doubles, 2 triples. He is 4th on the team with 13 RBIs, while mostly playing over at third. Off-speed pitch once again spoils that one. One of 3 Garnet Valley Jaguar alums on this team. Van Horn takes that one up and away. All day long, it looked like this game might not happen, but the rain just kept getting pushed back, and clearly has not subsided here. I saw on the weather app it was supposed to rain at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As of now, it's saying 7, but we've been waiting. It's all right. I get paid by the hour, so I'm happy to be here. See how long Carey can go. I know Aston's a bit light on pitching today. Off-speed pitch, Van Horn hits that one a mile in the air. Looks like Jackson Roche calling everyone off at third, and he'll make the catch. It's a bit windy here after a week of 100 and blistering hot. It is mid-70s and windy today. I'm certainly not complaining, as I have broadcast equipment that overheats rather easily. In fact, the last time we streamed Jackson's game at the Springfield Ruston States game, it was so hot we had to flip back and forth between a camera and a phone because they kept overheating. Jake McDonough, the batter here, as mentioned, another member of Misericordia, swing and a miss and an off-speed to get his at-bat started. He's hitting .276 with an .890 OPS this summer, mostly playing the outfield. Another off-speed pitch. That one he takes for a strike. Matt Cain, then the top of the order coming up. McDonough's going to slap that one over to first. Dylan Everly will take it himself and step on the bag for out number 2. A quick inning would be nice for Carrier, as he had 2 walks and a hit by pitch in the first inning, got his pitch count up a little bit. Matt Cain hitting .250 this summer, the everyday catcher for this Wayne team. Just finished up his redshirt freshman year at Rowan University. Made it to, I believe, the College World Series, if not Regionals, College World Series. Cain, a big swing and a miss at that first pitch. Cole Lombardo, Elliot Dix, Danny Braslow due up for the top of the order. Pitch to Cain. That was going to be smacked up the middle, a base hit. Good 2-looking swings there from Cain. Very aggressive. And a 2-out single here for Wayne. Now, interesting thing about Wayne is they do not have a team name. A lot of the times I like to refer to teams by their team name. They are just Wayne. You could say Wayne Baseball Team, Baseball Club, but it's just Wayne. Same with Chester. They tried to use the Clippers nickname. They were told by Chester High School they were not allowed to, even though they wear old Chester High School uniforms sometimes. Other way back to the top of the order for Cole Lombardo. He popped out to first his first time up. Takes one right down Broadway for strike 1. I don't think he's thrilled with himself for leaving that one. Courtesy runner is Ben Milligan. He's in at first. He's got good speed. The former Strathaven Panther, one of many on this team, with their head coach Brian Feely running the show. Milligan will take off. Off-speed pitch. Throw from Vitsorik is not in time. Good slide from Milligan. I believe that was a ball on the pitch. 1-1 here to Lombardo. That one's going to be fouled back out of play. One, two here to Lombardo. He's going to punch that one. That is going to be into Icon Jones. He lays out, and he's got it. Icon Jones, full extension in center field. Robs Cole Lombardo and keeps this game tied. What a play out there in center field. We will head to the top of the third here. Devin, we are still scoreless. Back here for the top of the third inning, and just after making that full extension catch to end the inning, Icon Jones will lead things off. He hits that one down the left field line. It looks like it's tailing foul. I'm not sure anyone's going to get to that, and that will drop foul. Icon Jones deserves a second to breathe here after he laid out for that one to end the inning. We'll get a second here as half the Wayne infield and outfield reach shallow left field to try and go for that one. Icon Jones, Kenyon Motley, Troy Neff, Vinny Proetto for the Knights this inning. Oh, 1 here to Jones. He will take that one. A slider looked like it might have missed a bit away. It was pretty close. Not close enough to argue, but close enough that it could have gone either way, at least from my angle. That one's going to catch the top of the zone. Aston Valley dugout not thrilled. Could have been a make-up for the last one. Either way, both were about 50-50. Pitch, that one's going to be lined into right field, a base hit. Pretty good last two at-bats here for Icon Jones, offensively and defensively. The shortstop, Kenyon Motley, steps in here. He struck out looking his first time up. Looks like we got some action in the Aston bullpen. I can't tell who it is. Dugout's kind of blocking me. I was going to catch the inside corner. Apologies for scoreboard delay. I'm a one-man crew today. Motley's going to smack that one into left field. It looks like Elliott Dix has that one sized up. A bit of an awkward receiving end of that for Dix. He kind of caught it around his letters, but either way, still out number 1. Troy Neff, the batter here. He struck out swinging his first time up. Icon Jones still over there at first. First pitch to Neff. Looks like a bit of a two-seamer. Swing and a miss. That would have been a strike anyway. Neff's going to take a slider, ends up right down the middle. That pitch is nasty. Jones will take off. Neff is going to hit that one into shallow right field, and the hit and run worked to perfection. Icon Jones will head to third. Troy Neff in there with a single. It'll be first and third here for Aston with one out. Not sure if the hit and run was intended or just a product of it, but either way, Jones read that one well, was able to get to third. Good job by the Wayne defense to cut that one off instead of trying to fire to third. Keep Neff at first. Either way, Vinny Proetto up. It's going to be tough to double him up. First pitch is on the upper outside corner. Proetto struck out swinging his first time up. Pitch to Proetto, fouls that one back. Wonder if we'll see Neff take off here, try to break up that double play. Matt Cain's got a good arm behind the plate. Jake Mole waits on deck. Neff is going to take off, but then stop. Proetto's able to hold. Proetto looking to drive this run in any way, chokes up heavily on the bat. The pitch, he takes that one. Do not believe he went. They're going to check. No, he did not. Good job holding that one by Proetto. Zimmerman will start that slider inside and the middle. He'll also start in middle, end it away. We'll see if he goes back to the inside starting one here. He skies that one in the air to right. Jake McDonough has that one sized up. Icon Jones is going to head home. The throw to the plate. He is safe. Nice slide by Icon Jones. Aston Valley strikes first here on a sac fly from Vinny Proetto. Great at bat to get that run home after going down 0-2. Troy Neff stays at first. As predicted, Zimmerman tried to go back with that inside one. Looked like Proetto was waiting for it. Troy Neff still on first base for Jake Mole. Goes back to that slider for strike one. Mole reached on an error his first time up. Neff's going to take off. That one's fouled back towards us. Jackson Roche on deck. Brendan Sora follows him up. That ball's going to be lined up the middle for a base hit. Jake Mole. That one's slider. That one was a slider that hung up a little bit too much. Jake Mole reaches base for the second time. Now Aston Valley with another runner in scoring position for Jackson Roche. He flew out to second his first time up. Troy Neff on second. Mole on first. Pitch to Roche. That fastball is going to stay up. Fastball going to be in there for a strike. Not sure who would be next in relief for Wayne. Both of the Havertine brothers from Radnor, Austin and Blake, are both in the building tonight. This team has not played, I believe, since Wednesday for Wayne due to the 4th of July break. And we're going to have a steal from Troy Neff. That ball skied in the air. Shallow right center. Danny Brazo at second calls everyone off. He makes the catch, but Aston Valley strikes first in this one here on a sac fly from Vinny Proetto to score. Icon Jones will head to the bottom of the third. The Knights leading 1-0. Back here from the bottom, or for the bottom of the third inning, Brendan Sora will enter the game as the pitcher. He was already the designated hitter, so he'll stay in the lineup as well. 2 innings from Ray Carrier, trying to ramp him back up a little bit. Tell you a little bit about Sora. Just finished up at Conestoga, where he's a two-way player. He'll be heading to Catholic University. To my knowledge, I believe as a hitter, not as a pitcher, but sometimes guys go in as two ways until they're told they are not. So, get you a little bit more about him. As for Wayne, it'll be Elliot Dix starting things off here, followed by Danny Braslow and Chris Schaller. As for Brendan Sora on the mound, he's just thrown 2 innings so far for this team, but he is not allowed to run in those 2 innings. As you can tell, a little bit short on arms for the Knights, but so far so good. First pitch to Dix is a curveball that might have missed a bit outside. That one's going to catch the outside corner this time. Camera sometimes just decides to turn off. We'll get that back on in a sec. Like I said, it's new for everybody. Semi-pro league, semi-pro broadcast. You know how it is. Two-one pitch here to Dix. That one's going to be fouled down the third base line. It looks like there's a soccer net there in left field, but it's kind of barricaded by cones, so it would have been out of play anyway. Elliott was hit by a pitch his last time up. He's from New Jersey, played his college baseball, as mentioned, at Longwood and UNC. He was actually brought to this team by Alden Mathis, who is no longer on this team. And that was going to hit him again. Second time getting hit today for Elliot Dix. Both in that leg, knee area. Well, you take whatever way you can get on. It's an off-speed pitch. That helps. That'll bring in Danny Braslow. He reached on a walk his first time up. Braslow with a bit of a check swing either way, a called strike. Braslow takes a curveball, fouls that one back into the seats. Chris Schaller waits on deck, followed by Stephen Wells and Bennett Cox. Braslow's going to take that one in the turf. Good job by Brett Vitsorik to keep that one in front. Dix is going to go. Throw to second base. They got him. Great throw from Brett Vitsorik to nail Elliot Dix at second base for out number 1. Couldn't have put it in a better spot there. It's a tough pitch, too. It's an up and in fastball. It'll be a 2-2 count here to Braslow. Been one of the better hitters for this Wayne team so far this summer. Curveball, that one's going to be smacked foul down the right field line. Would look to end up being a rainy day. Just turned out to be a bit of an overcast day. The rain keeps getting pushed back, and hopefully it's pushed back long enough that we can get out of here. Pitch to Braslow and a called strike 3. Nice off-speed pitch there from Brendan Swords. Catches the knees. Don't think Braslow liked it. He'll watch this back and probably change his tune a bit. That one was there. Chris Schaller, the batter, he flew out to center field his first time up. Just finished up his freshman season at Richmond. Check swing. We'll check. Did he go? Yes, he did. Schaller, an excellent freshman season at Richmond. After his senior season at Garnet Valley was cut short due to a torn ACL. Pitch that one's going to be fouled back. Quickly 0-2 here to Schaller. Oh, 2 pitch, curveball in the turf, taken. There's a pitch. That one looked like it hit him. Might have got him right in the hand. Aston Valley arguing that it hit the bat. I heard something. Either way, Chris Schaller reaches base on a hit by pitch. He didn't exactly sell that it hurt too much, but clearly he was able to sell enough. That'll bring in Stephen Wells. He walked his first time up, as mentioned earlier. Has 4 home runs so far. First pitch misses a bit outside. Wells will be followed by Bennett Cox and Drew Van Horn. Schaller with excellent speed at first. Would not be surprised at all to see him take off. And he will take off. Up and away fastball, throw to second. He is out. Brett Vitsorik throws a second runner out of the inning. Gets the speedy Schaller for out number 3. We will head to the top of the 4th here at Devon Prep with the Knights leading 1-0. Back here for the top of the 4th at Devon Prep with Aston Valley leading 1-0 in our only other Delco League game of the day. The Drexel Hill Ducks are leading the Upper Darby Blue Sox by a 4-0 score, and the Ducks really need this one. They are hanging by a thread in the playoff picture. Narberth is right behind them. John Bogdan has thrown 2 scoreless innings. Quinn Bryan is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Pete Bazzone has a double. Chris Graziani and Rowan Griffith have also driven in runs. We are back here for the top of the 4th. The pitcher, Brennan Sora, will lead things off. First pitch is in there, grounded over to shortstop. Cole Lombardo fields it cleanly, throws the first 4 out number 1. Brett Vitsorik will be your batter here. He's singled back in the second. Has also thrown 2 runners out, stealing just in that last inning alone. Slider in there for a called strike. Another slider. Another strike there from Luke Zimmerman. See if Zimmerman triples down. He will, and that ball is going to be grounded Oh, a diving play by Drew Van Horn. A third throw to first. Dug out by Stephen Wells. Great defense all the way around, really, in this whole game here. But for Wayne on that play, excellent play by Drew Van Horn for out number 2. After throwing out 2 runners on the bases, Brett Vitsorik gets a taste of his own medicine with some good defense behind him, and that'll bring in Dylan Everly. He's kind of transitioned to more of a player coach for this Aston team. He was going into this game as 1 for 1, so now he's 1 for 2. Fastball up and in for ball 1. He popped out to third his first time up, playing first base today. That one's going to be a bit inside. And for someone who hasn't had as much time, this lefty-lefty matchup's not what you want. He still plays in my MSBL league for the Springfield Cardinals. That one's going to be way up and in. Shout out MSBL for all of us 25 and up guys who still want to swing it but don't want to face guys like Luke Zimmerman anymore. 3-0 pitch, slider in there for a called strike. Well, if your fastball is not going where you want it, you might as well bring out the 3-0 slider. 3-1 slider in there for a called strike, and Zimmerman clearly trusts that pitch more than any right now. 3-2 slider and a called strike 3. Well, the fastball wasn't working. The slider was. Luke Zimmerman, 1-2-3 inning, ground out to short, ground out to third, and that strikeout looking. We will head to the bottom of the 4th with Wayne looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time when we return. Back here for the bottom of the 4th, Stephen Wells will lead things off for Wayne. He walked in the first inning. He was actually batting in the bottom of the 3rd when Chris Schaller was thrown out stealing. First pitch to Wells. That one's going to be a bit low. Wells, a former league MVP, a 2-time champ with Wayne in 2022 and 23. Former professional baseball player. Takes that one outside. He played in the Pecos League out in California. I believe he also played in one more, I want to say in Michigan. Somewhere it was a bit colder. Went to, now known as Thomas Jefferson University, used to be Philadelphia University. Wells will take that one out. Quickly ahead 3-0. The way Wells has been swinging the bat, I would not be surprised if this pitch is not very competitive. Pitch to Wells. Well, what do I know, right? 3-0 pitch right down Broadway, but Wells was taken all the way. still ahead 3-1. Wells will hit that one into right center field. Looks like it kind of got that one off the end of the bat. Icon Jones calls off Troy Neff for out number 1. Tell Wells just missed that one. That will bring in Bennett Cox. He grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first inning with the bases loaded. Still Wayne's best chance. Matt Cain still the only hit for Wayne so far today. For Wayne offense, they've been playing pretty well lately. It's a bit surprising. First pitch to Bennett Cox, a curveball in there for a strike. It looks like Austin Havertine from Radnor appears to be throwing with Blake Havertine, so not sure which one is coming in. I'll have to check the numbers. I believe it is Blake. Bennett Cox is going to foul that one back. Quickly down 0-2. Looks like Blake has his uniform fully on, so I'd imagine he's going to be the one getting the call once Luke Zimmerman's day is done. 0-2 pitch to Bennett Cox. That one's going to be in the turf. Havertine has 19 innings thrown this year, and that's 6 more than his brother, and they're the clear top 2 in terms of innings on this team. One-two pitch to Bennett Cox. That one's going to be crushed foul down the left field line. Looks like it will be in no man's land. Sora certainly took his time after he got set on that one. One of the rare pitchers to strictly go from the stretch. No windup. For as hot as it was last week, it feels lovely right now. Low 70s, some breeze, no sun. Can't ask for much more. Once again, in the comments, let us know if the camera's starting to look a little dark. That one's in the turf. Still pretty much learning how this thing operates here, but you know what? It's working better than the phone. I'll say that. Bennett Cox is going to ground that one up the middle for a base hit. Had to wait to see if that one was going to squeak through. Bennett Cox got a lot of that one. But with the range of Kenyon Motley over there at short, just had to see it through. That'll be a 1-out single for Bennett Cox. Drew Van Horn will be the batter. He flew out to third base his first time up. That pitch is a bit low, and doesn't seem like it would be a smart idea for Wayne to continue to test Brett Vitsorek behind the plate. He's already thrown 2 runners out. The speedy Chris Schaller, one of those. Pitch to Van Horn. That one's going to be fouled back. Van Horn's going to take that one to turf. A lot of curveballs here so far from Brendan Sora. Not sure if the next inning will be Blake Havertine's, but it certainly looks like he's going to be next in line. Van Horn takes that one a bit outside. Gets himself ahead 3-1. Zimmerman talking to Stephen Wells at the end of the dugout, and Blake Havertine's starting to ramp up, so we're going to assume that after 4 innings, that will probably be it for Luke Zimmerman. He only had 4 innings pitched going in, so I'd imagine head coach Brian Feely does not want to push it too far here. Van Horn's going to take that one in the turf. Ball 4. Best opportunity that Wayne has had here since that first inning when they had the bases loaded. After one Misericordia hitter reaches base, that'll bring in another in Jake McDonough, who grounded back to the first baseman his first time up. He'll come up here with 1 out. Matt Cain then back to the top of the order for Wayne. McDonough tried to check his swing. Looks like he did go. No need to check that for home plate ump Mark Holland. McDonough's going to hold off on that one. Based on the lack of the Aston Valley pitching depth here, I'd imagine, not sure if this is Sora's game for the rest of it, but it's going to be it for a little. That off-speed pitch just misses the outside corner. I think Sora wanted it, but it was a bit outside. Bennett Cox leads off second. Drew Van Horn on first. That one is going to be a bit low. And a big opportunity here for Jake McDonough. Matt Cain has already singled. He'll be up next. Had two good-looking swings early. Be nice for Blake Havertine to enter this game with a lead if you're Wayne. Or at least tied back up. McDonough's going to take that one up and in. Ball 4. After a single from Bennett Cox, back-to-back walks by Drew Van Horn and Jake McDonough have loaded the bases here for Matt Cain. And we're going to have a quick mound visit called by Dylan Everly, our player coach over at first base, to go kind of just calm him down a little bit. Take a quick break, talk about some of the other baseball going on in the area tonight. Drexel Hill, the last time we checked in, was leading Upper Darby 4-0, which is big for Wayne if they're still within striking distance of the 1 seed. I know for Wayne, at the end of the day, you really just want to make sure you get that bye. But the last 3 times Upper Darby and Wayne have played in the championship, it has gone to 5 games. The home team has won all 3 of those games. Upper Darby has got 2 runs back, so that is now a 4-2 Drexel Hill lead. David McClain has an RBI for the Blue Sox in that game. Back here, Matt Cain, he singled his last time up. Golden opportunity here, still just 1 out in the inning. Bennett Cox on third. Drew Van Horn on second. And Jake McDonough on first. That one's in there for a called strike. Sora starts him with an off-speed. Corners are in. Double play depth up the middle for the Knights. Here's the pitch to Cain. That one perfectly paints the outside corner for a called strike. Wayne crowd didn't like it. Bit tough from our angle. I think it caught the outside corner. I'm a little off to the right here. Pitch to Cain. That one's going to be lined into right field, a base hit. Bennett Cox will score. Drew Van Horn is getting the wave. The throw to the plate from Troy Neff. And he got him. What a job by Brett Vitsorik to pick that one off the turf and tag Drew Van Horn. I think he got him. I thought I heard the tag. Either way, Wayne has tied this game. Looks like the Wayne side is arguing that he was blocking the plate. I believe if you're going for the ball, that doesn't matter. Either way, unbelievable play. Great throw by Troy Neff out there, but Brett Vitsorik has been fantastic behind the plate, just throwing runners out, and also that tag. That was not an easy play. Well, Wayne has tied this game up on a base hit by Matt Cain, his second of the game. We got 2 outs here. Jake McDonough on second, Matt Cain on first. Back to the top of the order for Cole Lombardo. He flew out to first and center. Takes that one a bit inside. Just unbelievable defense being displayed here in the last couple innings. Big lead by McDonough at second. Cole Lombardo is going to smack that one into center, but Icon Jones will field that one cleanly. But Wayne has tied this game up here in the 4th on a base hit by Matt Cain. A great throw and great tag from Troy Neff to Brett Vitsorik keeps this game tied. We'll head to the top of the 5th. We got a brand new ball game tied at 1. Back here for the top of the fifth, Icon Jones in the top of the order will lead things off. Luke Zimmerman remains in the game. That one's fouled back. Icon has reached on an error. He's also singled. That one's going to be a bit outside. Blake Havertine appears to be next up for Wayne, but that will not be this inning, or at least not to start this inning, as Luke Zimmerman stays out for Wayne. Facing the order for the third time. That slider is going to miss a bit away. Pitch to Jones is going to catch the top part of the zone here on the outside corner. 2-2 here. Jones, Kenyon Motley, and Troy Neff as a swing and a miss gets the inning started here for Zimmerman. 6th strikeout of the day for Zimmerman. Kenyon Motley, the batter, he struck out looking. He also lined to left. First pitch is going to be fouled back. Motley's going to foul that one off the glove of Kane. Quickly 0-2. Troy Neff, who just made that throw from right field, waits on deck. Motley's going to take a slider down low. 1-2. That one's going to be smacked into left field, a base hit. Motley reaches for the first time today. That'll bring in Troy Neff. Troy Neff, Vinny Proetto, Jake Mole will be the batters here. Neff squares the bunt, fouls that one back. Neff, a big swing and a miss. Motley does not take off. Troy Neff has struck out. He's also singled. Neff's going to hit that one in no man's land in right center, but Chris Schaller, speedy as always, tracks that one down. Makes a catch for out number 2. Most center fielders in the league are probably not getting to that one. Vinny Proetto, the batter. He's driven in the only Aston Valley run on the day with his sac fly. Coach Brian Feely for Wayne is going to go quickly out and talk to Zimmerman here. Don't believe that's it for him. I think he just wanted to kind of give him a second to recharge. Could be his last batter with the righty Jake Mole coming up. Blake Havertine looks ready to go. Back here, 2 outs, runner on first for Vinny Proetto. Kenyon Motley, who reached on a single. It's a great jump. He will take off, and there will not even be a throw. Motley timed that one perfectly. Vinny Proetto a chance to drive in his second run of the game. I believe that was a ball on the pitch. Motley's going to take off again. That one's going to be in there for a strike. But now Motley just 90 feet away. A wild pitch he could score. Potentially now throwing it in the mix, an infield single could take the lead here. Proetto with a bit of a half swing here for strike two. Would have been a strike anyway. A 1-2 pitch coming. What will Zimmerman turn to here? 1-2 pitch goes to the fastball. Proetto fights that one back. That one hit the wheels of a car. Looks like no damage done. Zimmerman just went with the fastball. We'll see if he doubles down or goes for his patented slider. Proetto choking up on the bat as always. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, he got him. Matt Cain applies the tag. Luke Zimmerman gets out of trouble. He strands Kenyon Motley at third base. We got a good one brewing here at Devon Prep as this game remains tied at 1 heading to the bottom of the fifth. Back here for the bottom of the fifth, Brendan Ricciardi with you. Elliot Dix, Danny Braslow, and Chris Schaller will be due up 2-3-4 for Wayne. Brendan Sora on the mound here for Aston Valley. He took over after 2 innings from Ray Carrier. First pitch to Dix in there. Ooh, looks like perhaps a bit low. Will look pretty good to this broadcaster here. Curveball there from Dix, a bit low. Elliott has been hit by 2 pitches, both in his right leg. Looked like both around the kneecap. So I'm sure he's hopeful to continue to get on base, but maybe not in as painful of a way. Takes that one on the middle outside part of the plate. Well, hopefully if you're watching this game, you did not tune into the Phillies game earlier. They've lost 15-1 earlier today. If you want good baseball, today has been the days. Curveball in there for a strike. Some great defense all the way around. A diving play in the center field gap by Icon Jones. Diving play at third base by Drew Van Horn. 2 runners thrown out stealing by Brett Vitsorek. And a play at the plate with a great tag from Vitsorek as well. Pitch here to Dix. That one just a bit outside. Sora was walking off the mound. He thought he got it. Thought that one might have been a bit out, but I understand why he thought he might have had it. Full count pitch to Elliot Dix. Just misses low and away once again. That one looked a little bit closer than the 2-2 pitch. Either way, Elliot Dix reaches for the 3rd time today. Danny Braslow, the batter. He's walked. He's also struck out looking. Braslow's going to square to bunt. He's going to pull it back. The pitch will be low and away. If you're just tuning in, Matt Cain's RBI single tied this game up at 1. And Vinny Proetto's sac fly gave Aston Valley an early 1-0 lead. That pitch is on the outside corner. Would have been a 2-1 game had Troy Neff not thrown out Drew Van Horn at the plate on the same single that scored a run. See if Braslow continues to square to bunt. No, he will be swinging away. That pitch is just a bit outside. Looks like the Knights will continue to ride out sore as they are a bit short on pitching. Looks like Blake Havertine will take over for Wayne in the next inning. Braslow again squares. He's going to pop that one foul. It'll now be 2-2. Luke Zimmerman was getting some high fives from the Wayne dugout. So we're assuming, and he's already in shorts over there. I can see now actually. So it looks like this will be Blake Havertine's game to take over. Elliot Dix leads off first. Pitch to Braslow. That one a bit upstairs, and that'll load up the count at 3-2. Brennan Sora does not seem to be thrilled with that one. After a quick time, we were back. Another 3-2 pitch coming here to Danny Braslow. There's the pitch. That one smacked foul off the mound in the bullpen on the Aston Valley side. Will remain full. Pitch to Braslow. Good job fighting that one back. It looked like he was going to take it, but the curveball hung up a bit. We have a defensive change here for Aston Valley. We'll get you sec. Jackson Roche is out of the game at third. Pitch to Braslow. That one's going to be, again, fouled back. It's Brian McDermott at third base for Aston Valley now. Another 3-2 pitch. Great battle here. Brennan Sora and Danny Braslow. The pitch, that one's going to be hit into the right center field gap. Icon Jones on the run. That one's going to drop. Elliot Dix had to wait for it to drop. He's going to have to stay at second. And it's going to be a long at-bat that is won by Danny Braslow. It'll be first and second here. Interesting decision coming up for Wayne. Coach Brian Feely certainly never afraid to lay the bunt down, but with Chris Schaller up, one of his best hitters, not sure if that's going to be what he decides to go with. Schaller does have good speed, so a bunt could potentially turn into a base hit as well. Chris Schaller, the batter, he flew out, and he's also been hit by a pitch. Looks like he's not squaring to bunt. He fouls that one back. Still no outs in the inning. Dylan Everly starting to creep up at first base. Brian McDermott looks like he's hanging back at third. I would not assume that Chris Schaller is going to bunt here, but we'll keep an eye on that. Pitch to Schaller, curveball. He takes that one low. Blake Havertine is starting to really ramp things up. So with Luke Zimmerman in shorts, we're going to fully assume that he's got the next inning potentially working with a lead. Pitch to Schaller. That one's a bit low and away. That one just a bit low. Brennan Sora just missing on some of these pitches here. Elliott Dix on second base. Danny Braslow on first. 3-1 hitters count here for Schaller. Schaller's going to pop that one up. Jake Mole is going to call that one infield fly, and a huge first out for Brennan Sora. Schaller will want that one back. Not the ideal 3-1 pitch to swing at. Stephen Wells, the batter here, first pitch misses up and away. Wells has walked. He's also flew out to center. First and second, one out. Wells is going to smack that one into right center field. That will be down for a base hit. Elliott Dix is going to score easily. Danny Braslow chugging around third. He will be held, and Stephen Wells gives Wayne the lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Well, still plenty of opportunities here for Wayne to add on to this lead. They still have first and third with one out. Wells now on first, not the fleetest of foot. Danny Braslow on third. Bennett Cox hammers that one over to short. Kenyon Motley to second for one, over to first, and he got him. Well, Wayne is able to take the lead, but a double play gets Aston Valley out of the inning, limiting the damage, but Wayne will certainly take it. As we head to the top of the sixth in this one, a Stephen Wells RBI single puts Wayne ahead, and we return. Back here for the top of the sixth at Devon Prep, Blake Havertine will take over on the mound. He's Wayne's innings leader. He's thrown 19 and 2/3 innings so far this year, 21 strikeouts to 9 walks, a 2.85 ERA. Him, along with his twin brother Austin, have been the two team leaders in innings pitched. Blake, after finishing up his senior season at Radnor, will be heading to Franklin and Marshall and Lancaster to keep his baseball career going. Got a substitution here for the Aston Valley side of things. It'll be Brian McDermott is now in Jackson Roche's spot. He'll be due up second this inning. So it'll be Jake Mole, McDermott, Brendan Sora. Starting to get a little bit dark here as we've hit 7:30. Should this game be tied after 7, I can't see extras happening, but we'll get there when we get there. First pitch here from Blake Havertine in there for a called strike. Jake Mole has reached on an error. He's also singled. Havertine misses a bit away with that one. Blake, a first-team All-Delco selection this year, had an ERA just under 0.6. perfectly paints the outside lower part of the plate for the second strike. Now, for as good of a career as Blake has had, he hasn't thrown too much in the Delco League so far, as he paints that one once again. Perfect pitch there for Havertine. This is his first season pitching for Wayne. Austin joined last year. Brian McDermott, the pinch hitter here. First pitch off speed in there for a called strike, and Havertine just pumping the zone early. No one else getting loose for Wayne, so it certainly looks like it's going to be his game. That one misses a bit low. Now, I've never been much of a pitcher, but for anyone that has pitched a lot, switching to a turf mound after primarily throwing on dirt is definitely an adjustment. You can't use your normal cleats. That off-speed pitch catches the upper outside part of the top corner. Havertine misses a bit upstairs, got on top of that one. Brendan Sora, the pitcher, waits on deck, followed by Brett Vitsorek and Dylan Everly. Pitch, that one's a bit low. Great 5 innings on the mound from Luke Zimmerman to start this game. That one's going to be chopped over to third base. Drew Van Horn fields it cleanly, fires to first, and a low throw. Stephen Wells is able to catch that one. It's a tough one for first base and the ones that don't bounce. Brennan Sora, the pitcher, he struck out lucky. He's grounded out to short. 7-8-9 up right now for Aston. First pitch in there, grounded. Cole Lombardo's got the range, he's got the throw, and he's got the third out in the inning for Wayne. A 1-2-3 inning for Blake Havertine. Wayne will look to add on a couple of insurance runs, but they're 3 outs away from this win. We return. Back here for the bottom of the 6th, Brendan Ricciardi here with you. Brendan Sora still on the mound here for Aston Valley. He'll have the 7-8-9 in the Wayne order. Drew Van Horn, Jake McDonough, Matt Cain looking to add some insurance runs as they lead this one 2-1. First pitch from Van Horn fouls that one back. Van Horn today has flew out to third. He's also walked. Sora gets on top of that curveball for ball one. That one stays outside for ball two. Not seeing much in terms of Aston Valley Moon. They don't really have too much on the bench right now anyway, but would imagine that Sora will ride this thing out. And same thing with Wayne. Nothing doing. Should be Blake Haverteen's game, especially after how good he looked in that first inning. Drew Van Horn's going to ground that one over to second. Jake Mull has it, sets his feet, fires to first for out number one. That'll bring in Jake McDonough. Grounded out to first in his first time up. He's also walked. If you haven't yet, give us a follow on Instagram at Delco League, our new account. Make sure to toss a subscribe on here as well to the Delco League YouTube. First pitch to Jake McDonough hangs a bit upstairs. Thank you all for joining us in tonight. It's our second broadcast back with the Delco League resurgence on the YouTube channel. Pitch to McDonough. That one's going to be chopped right back to Brennan Sora, who tosses over to first for out number two. Quick 2 outs here for Sora. For Aston coming up, it'll be 8-9-1 in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch to Matt Cain's in the turf for a ball. Cain takes that one that catches right on the outside corner to even things up. Cain's going to take a hanger, and he skies that one a mile in the air. Looks like Vinny Proetto will make the call in left field. And another 1-2-3 inning here. Well, it's getting late here for Aston Valley. They have 3 outs here. They only trail by 1 run when we return here in the 7th inning. Back here for the top of the 7th, Brendan Ricciardi with you. We have a defensive sub. Matt Briner takes over for Stephen Wells at first base. Looks like around the rest of the diamond, everything looks to be the same. Blake Haverteen with a 1-2-3 inning in his first inning in the 6th. See if he's able to have the same type of success. Get that camera back on for you. I think there's something in the settings that it just randomly shuts off every, 20 minutes. Once I figure it out, you guys will be the first to know. Brett Fitzorek, the batter here, he's had a great day behind the plate. He's also singled and grounded out to third. First pitch, perfectly painted. Blake Havertine just painting that lower outside part of the plate. It'll be Brett Fitzorek, Dylan Everly, Icon Jones here in the 7th. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. And one thing about these Havertine brothers is they will fill up the zone. Pitch from Havertine, swing and a miss. He goes upstairs and gets him to chase for out number 1. 4 up, 4 down for Blake Havertine so far today. Dylan Everly, the batter, he is struck out looking and also popped out to third. Havertine misses that one low and in. Everly's going to line that one up the middle. That's a base hit. Dylan Everly gives Aston Valley a little bit of hope here. That ball was smoked off the bat of Everly. Give him a 1-for-3 day. Put the tying run on first base. Icon Jones, the batter, he reached on an error to start the game. He singled in the 3rd. He struck out swinging in the 5th. Represents the go-ahead run. First pitch, Icon is going to try and bunt for a base hit, but he fouls it back. Not too big of a lead over there. First for Everly. Jones is going to foul that one out of play. Icon Jones followed by Kenyon Motley, Troy Neff, and Vinny Proetto. That one misses just a bit low. Good waist pitch there from Havertine. One-two pitch. That ball's going to be grounded over to second. Fires to second for 1, over to first. That's all they'll get. Productive out for Wayne. Gets Everly off the bases, but it keeps Jones, who's got some speed. We'll see if he's going to try and take off for second here as Kenyon Motley's now the batter. Kenyon Motley struck out looking. He's lined out to left. He's singled. And he's Aston Valley's last hope here. Ridley's off today, so a loss will put Ridley back in 3rd place due to the amount of games played. It is a point system, but Aston will have played 1 extra game. Jones is not going to take off. First pitch, once again, painted. Not much you can do about that one for Motley. Troy Neff waits on deck. He's 1-for-3. Throw over. Good job by Matt Briner to keep that one in front, especially after being cold for the first 6.5 innings. Jones is going to take off. The throw, Matt Cain. He's going to throw that one to the outfield. Jones is going to be able to head to third. The throw from Schaller, and it hit Jones in the helmet. He's going to head home. The throw to the plate, and nothing doing. Icon Jones scores all the way from first base. What a turn of events here. Icon Jones steals second, steals third, steals home to tie this game up at 2 on the last breath. Speed kills. Unbelievable individual effort on the play. And a little bit of luck. A throw that didn't hit him in the helmet might have had him at third. It bounced off the helmet, went down the line, and this game is tied. Well, there will be no runners on base for Kenyon Motley. He's going to take an off-speed pitch a bit upstairs, and We picked a good game of the week for the second straight week. Last week in our first game of the week, Ryan McGee walked it off for Ridley. Motley's going to take that one on the outside corner and even things up at 2-2. Two-two pitch to Motley, swing and a miss. He got him. Well, we'll be heading to the bottom of the seventh when it surely did not look that way, but an unbelievable effort from Icon Jones. Steals second, steals third, steals home. This game is tied, heading to the bottom of the seventh. We return. Back here for the bottom of the second, we are told that this is the final half inning, regardless of what happens. But for Wayne, it's the top of the order. It'll be Cole Lombardo, Elliott Dix, and Danny Braslow. Cole flew out to first base, flew out to center twice, so he's 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch to Lombardo is going to be popped in the air to right field. Looks like Troy Neff's got that one sized up for a quick out, number one. Reminder that this game could end in a tie, and if no more runs are scored here, it will, because this will be the last half inning. From the Delco League standings, you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie. For Wayne, of course, they would love to walk this thing off here, but in the quest to getting that 1 seed, a tie is not the worst outcome for them. Every point counts. Here's Elliott Dix. That one's going to be outside to Elliott. Elliott's been hit by 2 pitches and walked, so he has reached base all 3 times, officially 0 for 0. Pitch here to Dix. That one catches the knees for a strike. We've certainly seen some pop this year for Dix. He has the ability to get one out here to right. A big swing, and he fouls that one back. Dix spent a season playing for the Tar Heels down in North Carolina. Was recruited to this team by Alden Mathis, who no longer plays for this team, but they are still roommates. Pitch to Dix. He chops that one over. It looks like Kenyon Motley will field that one, fire over to first for out number 2, and we are 1 out away from this game ending in a tie. Danny Braslow, the last hope of keeping this game going for either side here. We're still locked in at 2. We had one other Delco League game today. It was Drexel Hill versus Upper Darby. It was at one point 4-0 Drexel Hill. Upper Darby tied it up. It is now 6-4 Drexel Hill. A bit of a back and forth there. Pitch from Braslow way up and in. Braslow has walked. He struck out looking and singled. That one misses a bit low. Base runner would be huge for Wayne here. They could potentially get a steal. And as we saw last time, you never know what happens on a steal. You could get 3 bases out of it. Pitch to Brazo, takes that one right down the chute. We were told by the umpire this would be the final half inning. This inning did go quickly, but the way the rule works is that if they think it's too dark to finish a full inning, they will call it. Because if Aston were to have a big inning, score a couple runs, gets too late, as you can see from the stream here, it's already looking pretty dark. Pitch to Brazo, that one's going to be grounded over. Kenyon Miley hits off the heel of his glove, so we will have a 2-out base runner. Brazo is going to stay at first. And Chris Schaller will be the batter here. Should the spot in the order come up for Stephen Wells, it looks like Ben Milligan will bat as opposed to Matt Briner, who had been playing first. Wind starting to pick up a little bit. Would be shocked to not see Danny Brazo try and steal. With that being said, Brett Vitsorek has been money behind the plate. He's thrown out 2 runners already, with Chris Schaller, arguably the fastest player on this team, being one of his victims. First pitch here, that one's going to be a bit low. Chris Schaller has been hit by a pitch. He's also flew out to both second base and center field. Schaller, a check swing. He went around. Not sure if it was a strike on the pitch. Extra base hit could win this game here with Brazo on first. Brazo with not too big of a lead over there at first. He's going to stay. Schaller's going to ground that one over to third base. Fielded by McDermott, throw to first, and he is out. We will double check before we sign off for the day, but I believe that is it. I'm not sure if Aston knows this game's over. I know that Wayne knows it's over. And that will do it today. Well, a bit of an anticlimactic ending to this game of the week here as we end in a tie, but a great game all the way around by Wayne and Aston Valley. Wayne and Aston Valley both pick up a point, which puts Aston Valley in third place, Wayne holding on to second place. So not a bad result at the end of the day for both of these teams. Some unbelievable defense, some great pitching. Brendan Sora in relief was stellar. Luke Zimmerman started the first 5 innings and allowed an earned run. Blake Havertine an unearned run on the stolen base. Stephen Wells with an RBI single that did put Wayne ahead. Icon Jones, great day in the center field defensively, also stealing second, third, and home. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to the Delco League account. Make sure to follow us at Delco League on Instagram. Also, our website, delcoleague.com. Make sure to hit that subscribe.